Barb? You want to start the record?
Done.
Okay, we're recording. Good evening, everybody. This is the Sewer Commission, September 29th at 5:15 p.m. Before we start the meeting, I have an announcement to make that in accordance with the requirements of the open meeting law, please be advised that this meeting of the Sewer Commission is being conducted remotely, and that is being recorded, and recordings can be found on the local access channel on YouTube within 48 hours. As a preliminary matter, I, the chair of the Sewer Commission, will do a roll call to confirm that members are present and anticipated on the agenda are here. Members, when I call your name, please state here. Mike?
Here.
Brett?
Here.
Barb?
Here.
And Jane, I know you're here. You can wave if you like. What I don't have is who's our guest here for tonight. If you can announce your name so we can confirm you're here.
Nick Long with Livick Civil, representing Bright Farms.
Good evening, Nick. Welcome. The town of Lunenburg, in response to this COVID-19, is currently following the guidance of the Lunenburg Board of Health, Massachusetts Department of Public Health, and CDC, regarding the virus and steps that the communities can take to prevent the spread. All town facilities are now open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and by appointment only. Outside those hours, in accordance with the governor's order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law. All public meetings are being conducted remotely. In order to find, you can find posted the town website on the COVID-19 Information Center page. Access through the town manager's webpage allows public bodies to meet regularly and entirely remotely. So as long as reasonable public access is afforded to those of the public that can follow along in deliberations of the meeting. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. This meeting will feature public comment. For the meeting of the Sewer Commission and conveying of video conference maps is posted on the town website, identify how the public may join. And Barb, we're going to start with you on announcements.
Oh, I have none at the moment.
Okay. Is there any public comment from the public? Seeing none. Barb, do you see none?
I see none.
Is there any public comment from the board? Mike?
Nope.
Brett?
No comment from me.
Okay. Barb, anything?
No, I'm all set.
Okay, our first agenda tonight would be the emergency added to the agenda, Empress contract and effective dates. Go ahead, Barb.
Yeah, I was, excuse me, I had the MP contract down under business manager report on the agenda, but in speaking with council today, we've just had a little going back and forth due to the effective date. The contract was written up as starting on September 15, and then we waited for the documents to come from MP. All received by the 24th, went to Jack and the accountant, went to Heather and council. Everything was signed by 9/25. It was Karen's recommendation that it commence September 26th. Because we did have the interim contract good through the 25th also. And, but MP had requested, because he'd put the bond in place as of the 15th, that we change the effective date. So I was in discussions with council. He didn't have it wasn't a strong feeling, but he felt that there was more of a paper trail supporting having the contract go into effect on the 26th, because usually the contract doesn't begin before you have signatures. So it's just running it by you. It really is up to the commission. If you want it to commence on September 15th, that's fine. But if you want it to commence on September 26th, that's fine. I just need to let MP know he has not billed us for the normal billing since the 14th of September. So I'm just confirming with you all whether we want it to commence. It would be cheaper for the commission, I think, to commence it, have it begin on the 26th. But we haven't seen the bills yet. But as far as I know, there was no emergency outage, no nothing out of the ordinary. So I think the paperwork supports us making the contract effective on the 26th. And I just need your vote to approve that.
Any thoughts on that, Mike?
No, I agree with Barb. I think we should go with the 26th. That's what the paperwork shows. And if there's no outages between the 15th and the 26th, then I think we should go with that.
Okay, Brett?
I don't see any discrepancy with moving forward on the 26th. Let's go with that.
I agree with both of you. I'm looking for a motion.
I'll motion.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor? Bob, will make that for the 25th.
26th,
26th.
right. Which we have the interim contract in place through the 25th. So that's what Karen thought made the most sense anyway. All right, thank you.
Do me a favor, now that they're on board, as we discussed, we would love to meet them. Schedule a meeting for, and give us a couple of weeks' notice, so if the commissioners have any comments or questions in regards to their service, we'll have a little bit of knowledge. So if you want to set up something for, hold on one second. Maybe our October 27th meeting. I'll give them, I'll give them a month to get caught up. And also, I like to throw it out there, as we all know, Jack is going to be leaving soon. If you'd like to go on a ride with Jack and take a look at some of these pump stations prior to that, make an appointment with Jack and take a look at some of these stations, only if you have time. And I know we're all busy right now. You guys, I know, are busy. So if you want to take a ride to a pump to get an idea of what we have, I would take advantage of it before Jack leaves. You can schedule that either through Jack if you want to go, or through Bob, and tell Jack to buy you guys coffee if he does it.
Pretty hard to refuse that one.
Yeah, I know.
National Coffee Day.
Okay. Next subject is but Bob, can we go out of order? Let's talk to Bright Farms.
Certainly.
And who do we have from Bright Farms here tonight?
This is Nick Long, who is not on. We didn't know you were coming to the meeting, so you were not an appointment. So we were just going to review the status of it. The peer review, as we stated, was received, but they didn't deal with sewer because the plans hadn't been finalized. We received them electronically earlier, and you all got them in your packages for the meeting. And then we did get hard copy yesterday that were distributed, sent off to Graves so that they would have a copy also yesterday. And also per Sean, he had finalized the 4,500 gallons per day usage. So I had provided connection costs of, excuse me, 31,500 on the 22nd based on that gallonage. I think. Yep. And then I actually had on here, Bright Farms may come to it before the commission to discuss. So I don't know if that's why Nick is here, but I'll let.
I was just on to, if there was any questions. I saw we were on the agenda, so we wanted to have somebody on the meeting. That was all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, before we turn it over to Nick, let's make it clear that on our agenda, it has Bright Farms project discussions, fees, plans, and layouts. So Nick, thank you for coming, even though you weren't on the agenda, but technically you are on the agenda. So it is on our meeting for tonight to discuss. So before we discuss this, Bob, if you could, maybe for the next meeting, could you send the commissioners a copy of the correspondence you had with Bright Farms as far as connection fees, so all members know exactly what is going on with Bright Farms?
Sure. I wasn't going to until I thought I was going to hear from Sean. So I definitely will if he's coming on for the next one. But I will get it out to everybody.
And I'm not speaking for the fellow commissioners. I'll let them do that, but I'm very happy that you guys are coming to town. And I know we're trying to expedite on our end. And if there's anything that we can do for you to expedite this, please let us know, because we like to have you breaking ground as soon as possible, especially before the frost comes in. But that's just our opinion. I know you still got to go through other boards and stuff, but let's turn it over to Brett. Do you have any questions for Nick?
Yeah, I didn't know, is there, what are you looking at as far as a time frame? How long before you could break ground that you think you folks are looking at right now?
We're hoping to have approval from planning board next month, the second meeting, the end of the month. So they're hoping to break ground if we get our stormwater permit. They're hoping to break ground later in November, middle of November, to do some clearing and grubbing. So that's kind of the plan, to kind of get that clearing and grubbing done and do some grading, and then kind of let it sit for the winter, and then probably hit it hard when the weather allows in the spring. I don't think they're looking to do any kind of foundation work until spring. I don't think time's going to permit.
I understand. Well, it'll get things rolling and started at least, right?
Right. Yeah, and that's what they're very, yeah, they're being very aggressive because of their business, that they want to get this project rolling.
Well, again, we're glad to have you. That's all.
Thanks, Brett. Mike, do you have anything?
Brett pretty much covered the question that I had. But yeah, we're grateful to have you in the town of Lunenburg, and whatever we can do to help you move this forward, let us know, and hopefully we can be of some assistance. Is there any way, the other question too, is there any way, at this, once you guys stop breaking ground a little bit, we can go up there and kind of walk around the grounds and just see what things kind of look like?
Yeah, I'm sure there's something that could be done. Probably have to be a scheduled thing, with a scheduled appointment. But I can relay it to Sean. Sean is with Bright Farms. I can relay that to him. I'm sure they'll do something like that. I know the one that they built near our office here in Pennsylvania, I know they had a big grand opening, even though it's not really a retail. It's a greenhouse. It's an agricultural site. I know they did some stuff when they opened that building up. So yeah. I'm sure that, that would be, I'm sure they'd be more than happy.
All right. Yeah. I mean, just to walk the site and kind of, just get a look at things and see what's going on, and just kind of familiarize ourselves with, that area.
It's a nice area. So anything else from the commissioners? The only comment I have is I haven't seen the connections and the plans for the pipes and stuff. I saw a little bit what you had last night with the planning board, but like I say, it's going under peer review. But do you guys have any plans on doing the connection down there now, or waiting to do it all at once when you start running everything else?
The plan is to connect. I don't know how technical you want me to get. There is a stub that we're planning to connect to down off of Massachusetts Avenue, and then run a main line up to the building, and then we're gonna. And I guess that's kind of a question I had was, would that be considered a mainline extension from that stub? It's a 10-inch stub up to the building, and then with laterals into the main line, or is that considered a lateral to some point down closer to the highway, to the road connection?
I think our lateral stops where you are now, and then from where you pick it up from there up to your property, it becomes your main line.
Okay.
That's the way I read it, Bob, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, but I would have Jack confirm that. Jack Rodequin's Nick.
Okay.
But I would think it would be just like what we're doing with everything else in town. That's
Right.
what the hub is. So. Now, I don't know what goes on up there for future planning, but right now what we care about is getting sewer up to your facility. Yeah, but I know there's going to be a lot over to the left and maybe to the right, but that has nothing to do with what we're trying to accomplish with you guys now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're working through some things with the Fitchburg Authority, but yeah, and I know I think we're going to have a call with them here in the next couple of days. It's just it's an awkward, not an awkward, but just a different kind of with the flows that we have. It's not cutting, it's not real cut and dry to what our flows are,
Yeah.
the project flows are. So we're working through that process, and so I think that's what's kind of being a little challenging with this process. It's not as simple.
Let us know what we can do to help you on that. There's
Yep.
always ways to fix that too. Okay. Anything else from the commissioners? Bob,
Yes, sir.
Bob, any questions?
No, I just wanted to add it, on that comment by Nick. I know that they're proposing trying to recycle the water or meter the water separately, I should say, in order to reduce the usage. So that, I think, is that what you're alluding to, Nick?
Yeah, that's part of it. There's been the site near where I'm at. They're trying to meter the flows, and it's in there. They're trying to reuse the water. And a lot of it's kind of there's a lot to it. It's just not as easy as if it's an office building saying this is how many.
Right.
Yeah, so there's a lot that goes into it, and but yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Work with
Right.
Bright Farms and work with Fitchburg, and
Yeah. And it is also odd because we don't have our own treatment plant, that the project has to get Fitchburg's approval, even though the permit's with Lunenburg. So it's just there's a lot of churn behind it.
Bob, you've been talking with Fitchburg as well, haven't you? In regards,
I'm just being asked to be kept in the loop. All I need to hear is that Fitchburg has approved what they're proposing and get that in, a clearance plan in writing. So I'll be good, but they're working it out between Livick and Fitchburg at the moment.
Okay, why don't you do me a favor, just send the guy in Fitchburg an email telling him that we had a meeting tonight, and please keep you in the loop as time is now becoming essential. We want to make sure that Fitchburg's on board with what we're doing.
Okay.
I might give them a little bit of push, not that Fitchburg is slow, but let them know that we're all working together to try to accomplish.
I think they're very much on. I feel like they're very reactive. So.
I'm sure they are. Okay, anything else, Nick, for us?
No, that's it.
Okay, like I said, our commitment is to get you in and growing. So if there's anything we can do, please let us know.
Okay, thank you.
And good luck to you, and happy Halloween if we don't talk to you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks.
Take care.
Okay. Next comment is the third-party billing tools and status. How are we doing with that, Barb?
Yep, and it should probably have on here the final, the third-party report the final report has been received. It was sent out to everyone. Carl did send me a separate email when he did say he wasn't able to attend. Happy birthday, Carl. That he had not yet reviewed the final report. If it's the will of the commission to approve it tonight, that's fine. But if not, he would commit to having reviewed it for the next meeting on the 13th. He does have issues. We did meet with, or we Zoomed with Woodard and Curran last week on the billing tool. They had changes, and we received the link for the new one yesterday. So, but Carl was disappointed because in the contract it did say a full day's billing, full day's training, and Lauren had said that Zoom call was it. My own opinion, I don't think it requires a day's training. I think that was done in advance of knowing what the tool was going to look like. But Carl made a good suggestion, I think, to put this in writing, that because we didn't get the day's training as per the contract. I'll read you what he has said. Would consider documenting Woodard and Curran's support via a call as required, or committing to a minimum hours of online support over the next year. He would also strongly suggest we get a written warranty that the algorithm and equations work, since we can't fully validate them due to the situation with the incomplete pump station data. And he would ask for a 1-year warranty. So I kind of agree, just because we can look at the report and say, yep, and I can see how it works and how it might, but if we have any issues, we just want to keep them kind of on the hook to say, yes, we're good with the tool, but we do have an option to call.
Well, this is where I'm confused. So if you got I don't know what a 1-year warranty would be. I can see a 1-year consultant if we have any questions on it.
Yeah.
What are they warranting?
That the billing tool works, all the formulas, that's all. He's just trying to make sure that it.
I think the word warranty is not,
Okay.
I think it should be hopefully they'll sit there and say, do you have any questions, give us a call. If they
Right.
won't,
And Lauren did say that. She goes, but Carl's just asking that be in writing.
I mean, because we're just about paid off with them anyways, right?
Yes. And that's the other question. I have a invoice for the final amount. So.
I mean, I would recommend we table this until we talk to Kyle, since he was the PM on this from the beginning. But
Yep.
I also think, I would say we're done. I mean, that's my opinion, but how about your commissioners? How about Brett? What do you feel?
Actually, I was thinking that very thought. I would agree with that.
Agreed that we're done?
Agreed to table it till we get Carl on board.
Okay.
Mike?
Yeah, I think we should have some kind of support or backing from them, maybe not a warranty, but maybe like a tech support or something for at least a year to prove that all the math and all the algorithms that they have work for us. And if there's not, and if they don't, and if they prove themselves not to be working, they need to come up with a way to make sure that they work. I think that definitely needs to be in the contract.
Yeah, I think that word is better, tech support.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good word.
Because it is their meeting, it is their program, right?
Right.
Okay. But why don't we put that on the agenda first thing for the next meeting so we can get this off our books.
Agreed.
And Jane, thank you for helping Bob. You're not done punching in all the data yet, I presume, right?
We're still working on it. I'll have that down on the business manager.
Okay. I mean, thank you, Jane, for supporting Barbara during this. And if everyone can say hi to Jane. Hi, Jane. I see you over there.
Hi, Jane.
Okay. Right's fine. We took care of special town meeting warrant article. We confirmed that on the last meeting, Barb.
Yeah, I just want to restate, make sure it's clear that the commission did meet on the 24th and did approve the sewer article to state. We never really stated the article as a motion, so I just want to have it in the minutes that we did state for the reserve capacity stabilization article for the special town meeting November 17th. Oops. That the Orrin article to read to see if the town will vote to transfer from available funds $68,097.59 into the reserve capacity stabilization fund, or take any other action relative thereto. So that's the article that was approved and should appear in the warrant.
All right. So since the warrant closed at 5 o'clock today, you want us to give a motion to make it official?
Oh, no. I wanted to read it out because we never did. You approved it basically in the concept, but I probably should have read out the article.
How many articles do we have? Just two?
Just that one.
Just the
Oh,
one.
for as far as sewer is concerned.
For town meeting, yeah. Okay. Any questions so far on anything, guys?
No, sir.
Let's look at the budgets. Now, we just got the budgets 10 minutes ago.
Mhm.
What I saw, they look good. Barb, if you want to review them with us, and if you want to put them up, and let everyone get a copy. I know, Brett, you didn't see your stuff as well as myself. I was on the road.
I have it in front of me now.
Okay. I don't. So, Bob, you can just read them off.
I thought I had it up here. Oh, there it is. I don't know why it won't. Certainly. We've got revenues to date received of $323,587.45, which is 34% of the year, and a lot of that was helped by that Highfield Village payment. And our total expenses to date are $243,469, which is at 26%. We are right at 25%. This is week 13 out of 52. And that 243 is just high because Karen has already done the indirect fund transfers that we owe the town. So those have been done. So we're right on target.
Any questions, guys, on the budget?
Nope. Everything looks good.
Okay, so Bob, I would suggest that we monitor the budget though as we go forward, just to see delinquencies or any problems with suppliers or anything like that as we go forward.
Yep, always.
Until this election's over and how the economy's working out.
Okay.
Okay, minutes. Everybody look at the minutes. I'm
Yes,
looking,
sir.
I'm looking for a motion to approve the minutes for 9/8.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second,
I second.
any discussion? I see none.
Nope.
All in favor? Brett?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
I for myself. Not the only one.
I also sent out the 9:24 minutes, also just today. I do apologize. My Outlook is not sending things timely. I'll be plugging along and all of a sudden look down and it's all sitting in Outbox. So I do apologize. But they were sent out. I don't know if anybody wants to
Has anyone saw
look at them
them?
or not, but
Did anyone see them? Because we can always put them on the next meeting.
I'm looking at them right now.
Okay, hold on. I didn't see them yet. Brett, do you have them?
Yeah, I have the minutes as well.
They're not, it's not a big one.
No, it's
No, it's the 9:24, I believe.
right.
right.
Why don't we just take a minute just to review them? We can get this approved.
Okay.
Let me know when you guys are done reviewing them.
I'm all set.
I'm good.
Okay, I need a motion to approve the minutes for 9/24.
I'll motion to approve the minutes.
Second,
I'll second that.
no discussion. All in favor? Mike?
Aye.
Brett? And an
Aye.
aye for myself. Okay, business discussions, we're going to skip that, go right into the business manager's report. Go ahead, Barb, you're on.
All right. One of the other things just sent out this afternoon, I do apologize, was tracked changes to the Article 2 in our sewer regs in regards to the sewer, the connection process that had been requested. Don't know if anybody had a chance to review them, but they're out there.
I got to look at it.
You did?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Oops.
Yeah, Brett, did you say you looked at it? You
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Not in a lot of length, but
No, I mean, it was two sections, one dealing with the providing the tie card and town providing additional assistance if needed. And then the other in regards to low pressure systems that we had it on our permit application that a startup report would be provided. That was set up when we did the SRF project and then we had so many low pressure systems put in. So Jack and I had looked it over and determined that we should put the startup report in there because that involves the manufacturer, or the contractor has to involve the manufacturer at that point. And it would be either the manufacturer's rep or the contractor himself that would be responsible for turning on the pump's valve using the manufacturer specific key.
that makes sense.
I mean, I saw it quickly coming in tonight, and I thought it was good. I mean, I thought it accomplished everything we talked about. But if you want to hold off on that until John and Carl get in, that's fine too, but I don't have a problem with the new policy. So it's up to you two if you want to wait for more input or are you happy with what we saw?
I'm happy with what we see.
I mean, I'm happy, Mike.
Yeah, I'm happy with the changes that are made.
Why don't we, Barb, you want to take a motion to accept that since it's a regulation?
Yep.
So I'm looking to accept a motion to approve the changes to our connection policies in our town regs.
I'll make a motion to approve our changes to our Article 2 connections and extensions.
Okay,
I'll second that.
any discussion? Barb, do you have any other input on it, or?
No, the only thing is that when we make changes to the regs, normally it has to go through hearings. We just did that. I believe we can use, based on your approval, we can use this as a handout. But I would want to see if there's any other regs that need changes or updates at this time before we go through the public hearing process again, having just done it for the irrigation and deduct meter policy. And then we would publish the new regs. So, but before I would like to just look back. I always put things aside that, with potential changes. So I appreciate approving these changes, and this will be my handout to contractors when they apply for a permit. But I will await updating the regs until we go through the public hearing process.
Okay, so is this a change to the regs or a change to our policy that we're given to contractors as of today? Or both?
It's both. It's not an official update to the regulations until we go through 2 public hearings based on our own rules and the books. But it is a change of policy that we can work on.
That's right. Yeah, I would call it now a change of policy.
Yeah.
To make it.
And we need a vote. Dave might be frozen.
Yeah.
Thank Dave, yeah.
Everybody
Oh,
frozen?
there he is.
There he is.
Restate, Dave.
Well, this interactive stuff, if nothing else, it's a little bit entertaining.
I know. Some of the faces are kind of funny when you get frozen.
Mm-hmm. Is he still gone, or
Oh,
I'm here. There we go.
All right.
You're back. Brett, you're on mute though. Brett's on mute.
and so is Mike. And we just need a vote on that.
there we go.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Barb. I'm sorry.
We just need a vote. We've got the motion, a second. Discussion happened. And
Yeah, so I need a vote. Mike?
Aye.
Brett?
Aye.
And an aye for myself.
all right, thank you.
I tell you, the internet's been unstable on this part of the lake. I don't know about you guys, but
Winds are coming up. All right,
Go ahead.
we'll be quick. We've got just invoices for review. I've got the normal Fitchburg quarterly invoice for 14,042.55. It matches what the flow meters had given us and that we provided to them, so that is not a surprise. And we also have Fitchburg's annual debt payment invoice for $20,963.20. That is the scheduled payment for the John Fitch Highway project. So if I can just get your nods that would be okay. Normally it would be an initial only that you'd reviewed it.
you looking for a motion or just an okay?
No, just
Just a nod.
as long as I'm good. That's right. Woodard and Curran, we're going to table till next one. And Mead Tollerman has submitted their invoice through, it would have been August 25th, I believe. August 20th, sorry, it's in here. Let me find it. Could be September. No, it was through September 21st for $312.59. Mostly dealing with the O&M contract, the bond certificate that MP was required to fulfill, and then also the 4-to-1 I&I requirements for Bright Farms that I had a question on. But the total is $312.59. Total for the year to date for the fiscal year is $1331.60. We don't have to approve it. It's kind of just, this is an FYI that the selectmen provide to the commission. Okay. Those
On
are
that,
the
guys?
four I have.
Let me ask you, before we move forward, Barb, would that help next time we do this to have it in a graphic for Barb can post so we can go along with it, or is this okay with you guys
Yeah, that's
talking
right.
about it?
This is good.
Okay. Anything you need to see in writing though, like I know sometimes with budgets, this is an easy budget, but if Bob's trying to explain something, sometimes a training slide will help, or information slide, you know what I mean? So that we keep everything in track. You know what I'm saying, Barb?
Mhm.
It's not, but there's something to think about, because when you start throwing out all these numbers, I want to make sure we're all on the same page.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, next one is just the meter input project. Miss Jane has been working very diligently on getting our meters in there. She's seen my trials and tribulations and understands what kind of a task it has been. So she's having just so much fun. I think we
imagine.
discussed that she's about 2/3 of the way through. I did send a test import through in the training database to Munis when I only had most of the Fitchburg ones in, and I did get 343 of the meter IDs to go in, which was a big ta-da. That's 343. There are some that were not included, and so I need to work with Munis on that. Unfortunately, my training database got refreshed when Karen closed the fiscal year of FY20. So I have to do it again. So, and the timing isn't right, just because the readings have now been updated, and it won't be a good test unless I manipulate the input, which kind of invalidates the test, because then I'm going in and changing an import. So we'll see. We're working on it. Did very diligently. Jane's been working hard.
So far, do you think it's going to help you at all during the billing cycle, or is this going to be more of a hindrance?
It's when it's all done,
Yes.
it will be a help. It will still take a lot of administration, because any account change, any ownership change will still require the same update of the meter, and it's silly how long it takes. It's not more than 10 minutes, but it just seems, or some can go for more longer than that, but it's going to be better. I was very happy when those 343 was like, yay. It was very exciting to know that would be 343 less. It'll probably be a year, I think, because we will probably have to run a parallel for the first billing and then try to do it on its own for the next one. And so it'll double the work for probably the next 2 billings, and then it should start to smooth out.
I think our commitment as a board should be to you and Jane to expedite this, and whatever we need to change systems, to upgrade systems, to understand the systems, so you don't spend a month and a half doing the billing. It's not really productive. And I think if we get a chance and really look at the system, and either have to talk to Heather or Karen, what can we do to make it easier on our staff, to make it expeditious? I think that's the way we should be going. And you and I talked about this for 5 years when I was on the commission before. There's got to be an easier way. It's 2020. There's got to be an easier way to do billing. And listen, I know what you're doing, and you're conscientious, and I just want to try to make your jobs more efficient and more easy. So
Yep.
that's
It is not all the Munis. It's not just the billing system. That's why it's not, it doesn't, it's the process and the amount of different databases that each billing and connection or ownership change touches. So let's just get through with the Munis Import, and then we'll work on the next challenge.
one of the questions that I would look at is, what does the water department use for billing? Are they doing the same system you're on?
They use Northern Data, who is the one that's providing us this import file format.
I mean, can we use them for our billing?
Yes. And I believe that's kind of on the radar. We've gotten prices for them to actually do the bill print and bill import and print. We would still need to involve Munis, and I would still need all the backstage work on name changes, ownership changes, new connections, all that stuff still would have to be done. But that is one of the next items on the docket,
I
is
just
to
think
get because Jane also is my helper for bill stuffing, and we print it and stuff it here, and that's getting to be a process. So as soon
I
as we
think
can get,
it's something that we have to commit to looking at to increase our operational side of the business. I mean, I think you got 3 members here that are operational people as well, who want to make the operations of the business better. And by changing some of this billing might be better in the long run for not only for you, but for the business as well. And again, I'm just speaking as, this could be under business discussion, but to make the business efficient, we have to keep on top of our billing, obviously, because you need that cash flow. So I think at the end, as we get going and get more together as a commission, I think you're going to see hopefully some new ideas and stuff come out too. My opinion, anyways. Anything else on your business report?
the maintenance plan, we're gearing back up on that now that the RFP and the contract are kind of getting behind us. So Jack provided something today. I need to look at it and incorporate Heather's comments. So it will be on the agenda for the 13th.
Is there going to be input from Heather, or she already do all that?
She did,
So it's just going to be the commission and Jack?
right,
Okay. So let's get that on the agenda so we can get it off our plate too.
correct.
And again, I'd like to have that meeting before we meet with Ray so that we could talk hand in hand, you know what I mean?
Say that again, you want to have that in?
I want to have our meeting about the maintenance plan prior to talking to Emprey, because it may be part of their discussion as well.
All right,
They're probably going to be doing some of this maintenance issues.
yes.
So,
Yeah, well, we'll have it on the 13th. I don't know if it'll be finalized if you want to get MP in on the 26th or whatever it was. But we'll have a knowledge of what's basically on the plan.
and also, as we said to the commissioners before, you guys are more than welcome to go take a ride with Jack and look at some of the pump stations and maybe look at some of the meters or whatever at your own convenience. He does work from 7 to 3, Monday through Friday. But you also, if you want, stop at the DPW, call Bob, and maybe have a cup of coffee with her, and she can show you her environment, what she's working in as well, so you can get a good idea as far as business sense, what really happens. And the best education to run a business is more education. So if you can look at this would be great. They have a good understanding what Bob goes through every day. Again, my recommendations. Okay, Bob, what else?
Very good.
I had the contract for MP there. Public hearing, I just want it on your radar. It will be after our meeting on the 13th. That there is a ZBA hearing on the 14th regarding 88 Mass Ave. I've received both a building permit request and also a ZBA application. They want to increase the units in the building. It was the Mackey, the Grand Rental building with the pottery place and the barber shop.
Yeah.
There's a plan to add a pizza restaurant and nail salon. I had already responded, just that it's a change of use. And even with the ZBA, I believe the reason for a ZBA hearing is to increase the units from the 3 to the 5. I've let them know on both counts that it would be a change of use, and the sewer commission would have to approve. So just so you know, that's just ahead on the radar.
Thank you.
If you hear talk about 88 Mass Ave, that's what that's about.
Did you see the plans for this? I heard about a pizza place and a nail salon going there, but I didn't know if there was any plans or anything.
I've seen a few. I saw the ZBA. There's something out there on the building permit application.
Okay, good.
Nothing, not too far, just the beginnings.
Okay, good.
But it would if it's a pizza place, it would require grease traps. If it's a nail salon, we'd get involved with Fitchburg and the chemicals that go into the system. So there would be a lot that goes on.
Okay.
with the sewer commission. And grease trap interceptor program, I keep saying I'm gonna do it, and we just keep having things. I want to get the renewal letters out. That will be my focus now that the MP contract is pretty much final, to get my grease trap letters out for those people that have not sent in their permit renewals. So on the first Tuesday reports, I just need to update as well. I did several updates. Is that okay if I move to the next one? Communication for the website. I updated the website with some of the changes that we had made regarding the irrigation policy, the legal access policy, and various form updates. And we're still sending out the agendas and minutes to the department heads, and that's going well. I haven't had any feedback.
Okay, one question on the website, guys. Have you checked out our website online, the Sewer Commission's website?
I have not yet, no.
So
LunenburgMA.gov.
yeah, it's a very nice program. If you guys get a chance, that's your business. Everything you need to know if you're a contractor is on the webpage. So if you get a chance, go visit it at, what is it, Bob? www.lunenburg.gov?
LunenburgMA.gov.
LunenburgMA.gov.
Yeah, the other one is a rogue system. Don't go there.
Don't go there. And if by chance, guys, for some reason, if you forget about how to come into these meetings, if you go to the town website, hit on the links for agendas, has every agenda on there that's on schedule for that night. So you can go to it and click it and go bring it right into the meeting. So if by chance, for some reason, you're on the road and you don't have a way to get in, that's the easiest way to do it.
Good to know.
All right, what else? Is that it for you?
That was it on mine. I just, if I may, I was thinking we might touch upon it in the business discussion. Carl's only other input was a request that it may come under the members' agenda inputs about goals. Carl would like that on an agenda. He has you had asked the group to put together some goals. And Carl
It was more like priorities on running the business, but you want to call them goals, that's fine
Right.
too. Yes,
Okay.
we'll talk about them. I just don't know if we can put them on the next agenda or the agenda after, because
Right.
next agenda is starting to fill up pretty.
Right. Okay.
And I guess one of our goals would be to get this maintenance program up and running and put to bed.
Mhm.
And then how we doing with lemon stuff? Have you heard from them at all?
I have not heard any updates.
Okay, because we still got to get that squared away by the end of the year, because that's going to be part of our maintenance as well, on how we're going to be handling some of this stuff. And we have, well, like I said, I think you guys, have you been looking at what you want for the business and what you want to work on? Hopefully you get that kind of squared away and what we can do to improve the business. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm very happy with both of you guys as far as your skills and your knowledge of business. There's a lot more to run a sewer commission and doing it right without interfering with operations of Barbara or Jack or whoever, but have common sense in business too. And you guys have shown a great ability for that, and I thank you. It's great working with you two, as well as the other two too. I mean, John and Carl, but you guys have picked up the positions very quickly, and I'm very happy, and I trust you guys to come up with some good ideas. So again,
Thank
my
you, Dave.
opinion.
Thank you.
No, it's good. It's a pleasure working with you guys. Bob, what do you got?
Same here.
Well, I thank you all for being here too. That's all I have.
Really appreciate
So
what you and
let's
Jane
close
do for us as well.
Thanks.
Jane just talks too much. That's all. We got to, she can put that in the notes. But Jane, also, you've been doing a great job on the minute taking, and we appreciate that. And also thanking you for help with Barbara. We are going to come up to some crossroads, and that's why I want to try to get rid of goal setting's fine, but next meeting is policies and the way we run our business, because after October 31st, Barb, we lose Jack.
Yes, October 30th is his last day.
So you got 4 weeks of Jack being in place. After those 4 weeks are over, we're going to have to pay a lot of attention to Barbara's needs and running the business maybe a little And I'm not going to say we're not going to do things, but we can help her and whoever the new person is run the business. So we're going to be relying on Bob. So the more knowledge we have of the system, the better it'll be. So we have a month. That's why I don't want to bog our agendas down to stuff that we can put off till later, Bob. Anything we need Jack for is what we should be working on, maintenance plan, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to get together with Jack sooner than later, because I mean, my background is really in the maintenance part of things and making sure things are running smoothly as they should. And I'd like to be able to use my strengths in that to help out this, you know, the town of Lunenburg and to help out this commission as well. So the sooner I can get with Jack, I think the better off I would feel about it as well.
You know what, we're going to be looking for assignments, so I'm glad you said that, but we may be looking for a commissioner to kind of oversee the maintenance part of it as far as policies and procedures. And I have no problem putting you in charge of that. Brett, I don't know how you feel about that.
Good with that.
You know, I mean, you've shown to be very reliable on that. And Barb, what do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, I mean, you know, look at the maintenance plan and eat that up, because it is an exciting plan for maintenance. I mean, it is an exciting plan, but you know, it's definitely we could use your help on that. So let's do that. Let's put you kind of as a lead man on the maintenance program, and that one you'll be working with Jack and the new person and MP. So you'll be working with the three people after Jack leaves, and us too. I mean, you'll be the front man. So I guess that's a way of volunteering. So thank you for volunteering for that.
I was going to say, is that what that was?
Yeah,
Yeah, a little bit.
that's how I get to be secretary on a commission. I was just sitting there one day, just fell asleep, and all of a sudden now I'm the secretary. It's like, oh, crap. I won't let that happen again. And we're talking about this on the public comment, by the way. So is there any public comment from the public? I see none. Any public comment from the board?
Not at this time.
I see none. Our next upcoming schedule for the sewer commission will be October 13th at 5 p.m. Remote participation until further notice. And our meeting after that is October 27th, which is hard to believe. And that will be under our regular meeting, and remote participation will be until further notice. With that, I will look for a motion to go have dinner.
I motion to go have dinner.
Okay, second that.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor, Mike,
Aye.
Brett,
Aye.
and an aye for myself. Barbara and Jane, thank you very much. I hope you guys have a pleasant evening and take care of yourselves. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
Have a good night.
All right.
Take care. Bye-bye.